Oyo State, Nigeria have been the center of tears and pain, with children abducted by unknown gunmen in Orire local government area of Oyo State. In this next segment, it's going to be about the security affairs of our country, Nigeria. President Bola Tinubu has promised to safeguard the nation. But is it truly safeguarding the nation? A lot of money have been pumped in to the security sector in Nigeria, and possibly the highest chunk of the budget goes to security, yet it is still left at condolence visit today and tomorrow. How can we believe that President Bola Tinubu, who is the chief security officer of this nation, can actually provide security for the Nigerian people? That's our conversation right now in this next segment. Comrade Jeremiah right here with me this afternoon. Comrade, give me an understanding. What is actually wrong? Let me give an analogy.
Okay.
I want to improve on something, on the state of something. The most natural thing to do is to pump in more money into that and get more equipment. We pump in more money into our security, into our armed forces. We've signed several MOUs with Turkey, which is one of the major highlights of the president's trip this year.
Yeah.
We've seen US. Well, good news, a top ISIS commandant was killed 2 weeks back. But Oyo State right now, especially the southeast region, is living in fear. How will you assess the security architecture of Nigeria? Where are we missing it?
Insincerity. I said it before, that this is not time for promises. It is time of actions, not promises. If you're coming into maybe leadership, you can promise of what you want to do. 3 years down the line, you're still promising. Okay, let's even start from is it Oyo State? Now, if not for the efforts of the US forces, how could we have known that the global leader of ISIS is resident in Nigeria? Do you know what that means? Do you know that if Nigeria will be much more unsafe?
Borno State, for that matter. He's from Borno State.
In Nigeria. All this while we have not been told. Heaven knows how long he has been here. So you see that. Now, insincerity I said, because if you want to solve a problem such as this, there should be a plan. And this your plan should have time. You don't plan forever. Your plan should have timeline. At each stage, this is what we want to achieve. But by the time we get to that stage, we check your level of success. Then we're going to improve to another stage. Is it Oyo State or is it Kwara State? Was it not a few days back?
2 days ago.
Yes, yesterday or so, I think the CDS, the chief, is saying they are going to send. What I said, I don't know what happened, because sometimes those things are really, it shows incapacity to do something. We were told when a community was attacked in Benue State, that they had sent soldiers. They have sent our military men to checkmate such thing. As we are talking today, the occupants of that community are not there. So you said you are going to deploy soldiers to protect the city. Why is it that there's nobody there again?
What are our soldiers doing actually?
So that is why I say there is so much deception. I think I heard the state governor, I think yesterday or the day before, he said they were now trying to reach an agreement. You want to reach an agreement with criminals, terrorists. I mean, they are not you want to reach an agreement with terrorists that are taking up over 50 of your citizens that is under your watch, and they slaughtered one to the bare eyes of everybody. You have the 2-year-old boy that has been in the forest under such harsh conditions for going to 2 weeks, and you want to reach an agreement. I don't get it. So where is all our almighty army, so to say, that is the best in Africa? Remember, we are sending military to monitor the election. Is it in Niger? Is it in Cameroon? You are sending protection for another country. You can't safeguard your country. But okay, let's assume you are sending out over 500 soldiers. Are you not depleting your capacity to respond to emergencies if necessary? So there is a lot of compromise. And like you see, they may be sincere, but they're not honest with this insecurity.
What do you mean by they are not honest?
Good.
Are they hiding something?
Sincerity is, I want to do something. Identify a problem. Then honesty is that ability to carry out that particular function. You see these terrorists brandish more sophisticated equipment, even more than that. So how do you merge that with the kind of money that is going out into security?
The CDS, even the Minister of Defense, have said that it is not a kinetic approach. Now they are adopting both a kinetic and non-kinetic, so they had to introduce Operation Safe Corridor in 2016, to those who are willing to repent. They repent, and then they reintegrate them back into society. Isn't that an effort?
Wonderful effort. Then the question is, this effort, what result has it produced? Now, if you are telling me about
people are repenting,
non-kinetic or kinetic, let's remove grammar. We don't want to use force. Because we've been bamboozled enough in this country with grammar. Non-kinetic, okay, you don't want to use force on people that are using force on your citizens. You cannot tell me the one that happened in Imo State. Over 50 bikes with 2 persons, each on the bike, armed to the teeth. You are telling me about non-kinetics? Is that the ethics? I mean, when has that become, an approach to terrorism? Because we're talking of terrorism here. Sometimes we used to say, it's unknown gunmen. Look, these are terrorists. They know them. Thank God somebody testified.
Gumi said he doesn't know them.
He have said in one occasion that the authorities know them.
Well, the authorities have not said anything.
Okay, fine. How can you be negotiating with somebody you don't know? Is that possible? There were negotiations, just like the governor told us. They are reaching out. They want to reach an agreement. So where is the place of the security forces? Oh, thank God, goodness, they want to deploy a monitoring. I can't really get CCTV to monitor. My brother, the location of these people, is it outside this country? Look at Delta State, for instance. A crime happened, and these people has not, with their intelligence, they had not left the territories of Delta State. You got to deploy your men around. I mean, how many? We know the local government here. So if you look at the radius of that crime, you should be able to intelligently know their location. You have to go there and do something that you are trying to do.
So is it a problem of lack of intelligence, or lack of willingness, or lack of resources, lack of manpower to combat these people? What can we pin it on?
Good. Talking about insincerity. Now, President Jonathan performer. He said, he told us something. You know, you can wake up someone that is sleeping, but you cannot wake up somebody who is pretending to sleep. It's impossible. See, you must confront these monsters. You've got the money, you've got the capacity, you've got what it takes, the intelligence. By the way, don't forget, before now, there was an intel. There has always been an intel of the look from America and so many other countries were partnering with that there is going to be so attack in certain locations. That has given you a new way to do your job. If you are informed, you are informed that terrorists are coming into Delta State, for instance. They are going to use the La Road, for instance. So what are you supposed to do? Are you supposed to wait until it happens? You should be able to put some security measures in place. You shouldn't even allow them to come in the first place. Talking about counting the losses of life and properties, no, that is not the approach. So there is still people, we are named. Thank God that in the federal government named some people last time. Of all time, they have named some people that are sponsoring terrorism in this country. Have these people been arrested? I don't know. Names have been sent. So, is it that there are people you are afraid to offend? Because I'm seeing it in a scenario that there are people that are beyond reproach in this country. So they can't confront them. It will go on at the expense of the life of Nigerians. You were telling me about 220 million? If you have 220 million citizens and 100 that's taken off, you are no longer 20 million. In the last check, you know how many thousands of people that have been killed within these terrorists, killed within maybe 1 year, for instance. And you are talking about a non-kinetic measure. You want to discuss with these people. You want to radicalize a terrorist.
They said it's those who are willing to repent. The willing ones, the willing minds are the ones that have decided to. They are the ones that decided to take in. There have also been allegations that when they are willing to repent, they will give them money. That's still unverified yet. But I worry for the Nigerian people, even for the head teacher that was beheaded, in Oyo State. But it's a major concern. The Senate President have said there are people who are weaponizing this insecurity because it's election period.
Praise, we heard that before. During the last regime of the blessed memory President Buhari, we heard that it's my enemies. If you can identify an enemy, what do you do to that? I asked a question in a forum. Which of them that a rodent will run into their house? They will now be waiting to take it off? That is security. Any sign of threat should be taken out. That is security. I don't know. You have the capacity. So it's not about that is it the election? We're 2027. That's what we're talking about. In the last 3 months, we have lost over 200 citizens of these countries. We have over 500 in captivity. So, there is a lot of things that they are not telling us about this insecurity.
All right.